Now, next term is related to the sales department. We have a sales department. Now, what they do, they take care of selling the products. Sales department will be responsible for selling the products. Okay. Now, the sales department is what in SAP terms we are going to be calling it as sales organization. In SAP terms, we call it as sales organization. Now, what the sales org will be doing? They are going to be responsible for selling the product, and after sales service. They take care of selling the product, and after sales they provide service. So we call it as a sales organization. So if company need to sell anything, it's going to be done through sales organization. They take care of selling the products, and after sales they try to provide service as well. Okay, so no other department in the company will be responsible for selling the product. It's always going to be the sales org which will be taking care of selling the product, and we try to call it as an highest level in SD module. And for one company we can have multiple sales organizations maintained. It's not that we can have only one or two sales org, we can have multiple sales organization maintained. Let's say one sales will be taking care of domestic, one sales org will be taking care of exports, foreign trade. There's one way of doing the mapping, or we have different way. Let's say we have one sales org which will be taking care of north sales, south, west, east, based on zone specific. Based on zone specific. Okay, we try to maintain multiple sales organization. So sales job role is nothing but selling the products. So based on the business model, you need to come out with a solution for a particular business. How many sales organizations are required? Okay, that's first terminology in sales. And to whom you are going to be selling the products? So every company will be having their own set of customers, and we try to classify the customers as well. So few of them as a retail customer, wholesaler, and we have a dealer, bulk buyer, institutional sales. Like this, we have different groups of customers over here. And for each and every group, selling price is not going to be the same. It varies. Selling price will be not the same. It varies. Discounts varies. Payment terms varies. Delivery processing varies. Everything is going to be maintained separately. Okay. So these customers are what in SAP terms we try to call it as distribution channel, where we need to group them. Distribution channel over here. So this is nothing but channel through which saleable material reaches the customer. Channel through which saleable material reaches the customer. Okay, we call it as a distribution channel. Channel through which saleable material reaches the customer. So ultimate job role of a sales org is nothing but selling the products on time. So for different customer, selling price, discount, payment terms, delivery terms are going to be different. So each group of customers, we are going to be mapping it as distribution channel over here. Okay. Now to these customers, what company will be doing? They try to sell their product lines. So let's take an example of a Samsung company. The Samsung is trying to sell different range of products. We know that they are into selling of TV and AV products, mobile phones. They are into selling of refrigerators. are into selling of laptops, washing machines, home appliances. There are different range of products what this company is trying to sell it. So these product lines are what in SAP terms we are going to be calling it as division over here. Map it as division. So this division is nothing but group of collection of products. Group of collection of products, we call it as division over here. Group of collection of products. Because under TVs we have different variants like LED TV, LCD TV, plasma TV, OLED TV, ultra high definition TVs like that. Under mobiles also, once again, we have different types of mobiles. Okay, so here we are going to be mapping them as what? Divisions over here. What our products company want to offer it to the customer, we try to call it as a division, group of collection of products. Okay, so sales org will be responsible for selling the products to whom? To customer. So we have different types of customers who will be mapped as distribution channel, and to this customers we try to sell product lines. So all these product lines we are going to be mapping it as a division. As division over here. Okay. And as a customer, if you're interested in purchasing any product, how to do that? How to purchase the stock? So basically customer try to visit a branch office or company stores or outlets. These branch office stores outlets terms in SAP is mapped as sales office. All these company stores we are trying to call it as sales office, which is nothing but point of contact. Point of contact between customer and the company. Point of contact between customer and the company. It's nothing but a physical geographical location. It's nothing but a physical geographical location. A point of contact between customer and the company, which we try to call it as a physical geographical location. Okay, where you will be having an infrastructure. You can go interact with the salespersons over there, get your product demo, clarify all your queries, and if you are interested, you can go for placing an order. Okay, and for one company, we can have multiple stores. It's not that we can have only one or two stores, we can have multiple stores. So each and every store is going to be mapped as what? Sales office over here. You need to know this term, how exactly the sales office is going to be working. And people who work in the sales office, who take care of selling the products, we are going to be calling them as salespersons. The job role is nothing but taking care of company sales. Okay. And the salespersons are going to be divided into groups. Because each and every salesperson will be not responsible for selling all products, right? We try to maintain the job role for them. So every group will be having some restrictions. So one group will be taking care of selling only TV products. One group will be taking care of selling only mobile phones, refrigerators. Like this, we try to divide salespersons into groups. Okay. So these are going to be the things which you are going to be doing it in SD model. Creating a sales org, distribution channel, division, sales office, creating a salesperson. Now, why we need to create salesperson? In case if company is offering incentives on product sales, then we require the salespersons need to be created. And then sales groups. Okay, that's related to the sales. Now, in the same way, we have one more department called as purchase department. I have one more department, purchase department. Now this purchase department will be responsible for purchasing the stock. Now sales department will be responsible for selling the products. That's it. So you don't have any access to do any kind of purchasing. So if you require any stock, you need to update that information to the purchase team, and the purchase team will be responsible for doing the purchase. Okay. So this purchase department is what we try to map it or call it as purchase organization. We try to call it as purchase organization. Their job role is nothing but purchase the stock. Purchase the stock required for the company. Whatever stock it can be. Okay. So they take care of purchasing raw materials, semi-finished, finished product. Whatever stock is required, it's basically the purchase department which try to do all that purchasing activities. That take care of purchasing activities. So why we need to understand this particular term? Because we are going to be working with SDMM integration topics in the future. So there we are going to be using this particular term, purchase organization. How to use it? What is the use of it? Yeah. So for that we need to know. For that we need to know this one. Purchase org. Okay. So what all things we have discussed as of now? We looked into these terms. What is the meaning of client and the company? Company code, plant, storage location, depot, sales organization, distribution channel, divisions, sales office, salespersons, sales group, purchase org. Okay. Now we have one more terminology which we call it as credit control area. This is related to your finance module. Credit control area. What they do. Now this credit control area is a team which try to fix up the credit limit. Of whom? Of the customer. So in case if customer is taking the goods on credit, that means you take the goods now and do the payment later. It's just like your credit card. And for each and every one of us, credit limit is going to be getting varied. In the same way, the company will be offering the goods on credit. You take the goods now and do the payment later. Okay. So on what basis this credit limit? Up to what value customer can take the goods on credit from the company? So it is going to be based on past payments. Based on past payments. Okay. So whether you're doing the payment on time or not, or you're a regular payer or an defaulter, based on payment history, based on number of transactions, how many transactions you are doing with the business, are you a regular customer or not? So all these things are going to be analyzed by this credit control area, and they try to fix up to what value the customer can take the goods on credit from the company. Okay. So this concept is what we try to call it as credit management. Credit management, which is going to be integration of SD with FI. So if you want to work with this particular topic, we need to know the functionality of this credit control area, how to use it, and what exactly they are going to be doing it. Okay. Like this, we have few more terminologies. So another 3 to 4 terminologies are there. So I try to explain that one in our coming class, and I'm going to be taking one business model. Okay. So where I try to explain one company business process, and we try to start developing an enterprise structure on SAP platform. Okay, so you know how you're going to be developing it. So before I start doing the practical things, so I need to explain these terms. So that's the reason I'm started focusing, explaining each and every term, how you need to map it into SAP terms. So here I just forgot to mention one more point. So in real time, who will be doing what? So this company creation is going to be taken care by FI consultants. They are going to be responsible for this. Like company code will be created by FI itself. Whereas plant will be taken care by consultants. Storage location creation will be responsibility of Depot MM. Whereas the sales org, which will be taken care by SD consultants. So we are going to be responsible for this. Creation of a sales org, distribution channel, division creation, sales office creation, sales group creation, these things. Whereas a purchase org will be taken care by MM. Credit control area will be taken care by FI consultants. So each and every department will be having their own limitations to work out. So you need to know which consultant will be responsible for doing what activities. So let me stop it over here. So in next class, I try to discuss more about this and we try to practically work it out on the system as well.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Tschira.
Yeah.
Mr. Tschira, I have a few questions on this. First of
Yeah.
all, let me know what the topic we discussed is what we call it mapping.
Enterprise structure.
Enterprise structure.
Yeah.
And okay, and see, 1 second. Okay, and earlier, there are two terminologies. One is domain terminology and SAP terminology. In domain terminology, SAP, what is the difference between what actually they do for domain people and SAP people? It's like client and company, and in SAP
Now,
also
I'm
client
just
and
trying to explain domain means a layman term language, a layman language. So how you call a particular organizational unit in a layman language. But
okay,
how
okay.
these terms are addressed in SAP.
Mhm. Okay,
So
and
just the naming convention is getting changed, but the functionality is going to be the same.
mhm.
Because let's say in SAP, if I try to talk about a plant, so you need to know what exactly this plant is all about. So plant
Okay,
is nothing but a factory. But instead of calling it as a factory in SAP terms, we try to call it as a plant. I'm just trying to explain that particular thing.
okay, and can you just give me some discussion, it's like brief discussion about this highest level in factory accounting, highest level in enterprise structure. What is this terminology stands for?
Head of the
What?
department. It's like in our college, we use it to have a head of the department, right? A person.
Okay, okay, okay.
So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like the same thing. So each and every module will be having one organizational unit, which will be addressed as a head of that particular department.
Okay, 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 okay. Now I got it. So they will be taking care of each and everyone.
Yeah,
The head
so
of the
that
department.
is going to be head of that particular module. So anything related to that, they are going to be responsible.
Okay, 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 Mr. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
And hope I will get these notes and as well as the previous classes notes today.
Right. Now I'm going to now itself I'm going to be doing it. So once I close this session, I'm going to be sharing it. You can have a
Okay,
look.
thank you so much.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Yeah. Hello?
Uh, Actually, in the plant, production activities are there, right? It means
Yes, ma'am.
they will gather all the raw materials and they will give the final product, right? In the production
Yes.
activities.
Exactly.
But
So we change the
uh,
status of the material from raw to finished product by doing all that production.
suppose in the warehouse we are sending the inventories only,
Hmm.
then production activities are not done, right?
Right. We don't do any kind of assembling over there. We don't do any kind of activities over there. We just use it for storage.
Yeah, in the example you told, right, stock transfer the plant to the depot in the Royal Enfield
Right.
example.
Right.
Yeah, there who will do that production activity? It is already transferred from the plant to depot, right?
Here, your total bike is manufactured. Your finished product is just maintained in our depot.
Okay, then it means the after the production activities are done, they are transferring to the warehouse.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay. Because like in depot, we don't assemble everything and we hand over to the customer. No, we don't do. In that case, it would be called as a plant where all you assemble everything. So plant is nothing but a place where you assemble all the products and you finish or you make a finished product. So that finished product is going to be transferred to depot.
Okay, okay, got it.